Hey, you all. Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the north. More specifically, we are in Baraboo, Wisconsin. Even more specific than that, we're here at Circus World Museum. And currently, we are on the 2025 Carpetbagger State Fair Rampage. Yesterday, we were at the South Dakota State Fair. Tomorrow, the plan is to be at the Michigan State Fair. It's a 16-hour difference. I couldn't quite make it all the way to Michigan today for the State Fair, so the plan is the final day of the fair. Tomorrow, we're going to be at the State Fair. But today, we'll be driving across the country, and I figured we would stop off here at Circus World in Baraboo. Now, Baraboo is the home of the Ringling Brothers Circus, one of the most famous circuses from back in the day. I remember when I was a child, my mom would take us to the Ringling Brothers and Barnum Bailey Circus. So a lot of fond memories of the circus as a child. Kind of a lost art form in a way. Certain aspects of the circus have definitely carried on, but that original form, for better or for worse, of the circus doesn't exist in the way it used to. But here at Circus World, they do a celebration of the circus, and they do have a functioning circus here at the museum. So please follow me. And out front here we have a sea lion den. This is from the Cole Brothers Circus when they would travel with their animals in these cages. So the sea lions would be in here, and they would have a little pool there to slosh around in. And you know, this performing sea lion tradition does carry on today. We saw the sea lion splash at a couple of the different state fairs that we visited. And also outside the building we have these iconic clown trash cans. Heading in here to the main entrance. Get our tickets over here. So we have an amazing circus museum here, but we're going to come back and see this because we don't want to miss the circus. Cross over the river here, heading over to the big top. I heard stories about elephants used to bathe in this river when this was the actual home of the circus, when the elephants actually stayed here. Have you ever never heard a word ever before in your life, and then suddenly you're hearing it all the time? Yesterday I saw there was a building where they kept the horses called the Hippodrome at the State Fair. Never heard the word hippodrome before. But here today we are, yes, the very next day, staying in front of another hippodrome. I have to look this word up, but yeah, it just seems like it is another performance area. And according to Google, hippodrome is a Greek-derived term for a stadium used for horse or chariot races. You see some of these circus vehicles on the train. You know, the train's definitely tied into the history of the circus. They would go from town to town using the railroad. No. And there is the big top. Let's go watch the circus. How are you? Alright, so if we can go find a seat. Yeah, look at this. Everyone gathered around to see the circus. Okay, we got a pretty good seat up here. I think we got a good view of the circus.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, watch and witness as Adrian Cohen Jr. will attempt to go flying and soaring through a ring rising 35 feet in the air.
Oh! Whoa! Looks like it's a holiday themed circus act. The 4th of July themed portion of the show. Little juggling. A clown in a tiny car.
says it's his hot rod for National Hot Rod Day. That looks more like a Ford Pinto. He loves all the holidays. What's in there, Chase? What holiday is that? Arbor Day. Chase, I think you mean Arbor Day. What else? Holly Day. Not bad, but that looks like a ficus.
This represents International Fitness Day. This is the Thanksgiving portion of the show. Oh, look at those horses. It's amazing. She's got a jump rope. Jump rope standing on the back of a horse. Oh, wow. Crazy. Oh, back to that horse. Here's Valentine's Day.
It's Boxing Day.
Boxing Day. This is International Circus Day. Looks like he's riding 2 unicycles at the same time. Getting on the world's smallest unicycle.
Richie, it's Fat Tuesday!
Whoa! Mardi Gras there with the motorcycle up on a tightrope. Oh no! Oh my God! That's insane. Twirled the motorcycle.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for the cats. The nearly history of duo.
Amazing show under the big top here. Like I said, in some ways, you know, the circus is something that we consider to be, you know, part of the past. You know, so certain aspects of the circus just simply don't happen anymore. But it's really amazing and heartwarming seeing the circus being kept alive, the young performers, you know, learning new and old acts and performing them here, keeping the circus alive here at Circus World. And here we have an authentic stock car from Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus. Again, that's the circus I remember going to as a kid. Now, I guess this was retired in 2017 when the circus stopped traveling. With 2017 kind of the end of an era with the circus. So this would have been a car that carried circus animals. Let's peek inside. You can see where the animals would be back here. Got like the food dishes, and then they go in these little compartments. I imagine this would be horses right here that would be in these individual enclosures. And this looks like it would be for grooming. It's like a little food dish there. And they also have like the hair dryer where they can groom the animal. And look at that pelican garbage can there. Just fill up its mouth sack with all your filthy garbage. It's a Buck Jones Wild West show wagon. Of course, the Wild West shows, you know, where they kind of painted the idea of what the Wild West was to Americans, kind of created the tropes that the Western movies embraced. A lot of cowboys, gunfights, trick shooting, that sort of thing. And I really love this. Here is the sideshow. Now, they don't have an actual sideshow here at Circus World, but they have the next best thing. This is a wax sideshow. So you see it set up like a sideshow would. The big top over that way. The sideshow off to the side. And of course the classic sideshow banners that would talk about all the wonderful things you're going to see inside of the world of wonders. You can see Eddie the Elastic Man with no bones. You can see a fat lady there back when fat people were a rarity. See the different performers. The different types of performers here. Sword Swallower there. Of course, you can still see sword swallowing acts to this day. Various sideshows. It's definitely an art form. Very dangerous. Here is the tattooed girl. Back when something like this would be very unusual. I've probably seen half a dozen women with more tattoos than this today. You see the snake lady there doing her snake dance, the giant serpent. And the fire eater. Actually, this guy creating the illusion that he's actually breathing fire. Yeah, I know that can do a lot of damage to your mouth and throat, but again, just like sword swallowing, a true art form. Well, these are all different types of performers. Here we kind of get into what are the born freaks. These would be like a dog-faced person. They're called like the famous sideshow performers like JoJo the dog-faced boy, where it's an actual real condition where hair would grow over someone's face. Another classic sideshow freak, the bearded lady. You know, you think about it, we had bearded ladies in the circus. There probably is a lot more bearded ladies. Bearded ladies probably aren't even that rare. They probably just, do something about it. Do the hair removal. But you got a bearded woman that's willing to embrace her beard for sideshow reasons. It talks about big and little people, saying they would often perform together. They would have a giant perform with a little person because it kind of works together to accentuate the other's height or lack of. It's an approximation of Isaac Sprague, very, very thin man. So you get a lot of people that are have extreme body types, giants, little people that are incredibly skinny. And they would put fat people on display as well. But it's funny, look at these pictures, and I don't know, just through from a modern lens, they just look like people. Just look like people. And here's one of the most famous natural-born oddities, Cheng and Eng Bunker, the original Siamese twins. And by original, I mean literally, they're called Siamese twins because Cheng and Eng just happen to be from Siam, which is what Thailand used to be called. You can see they're actually connected by this, just actually kind of a tiny flap of skin there. It seems like it would have been possible that in modern times they would have been able to be disconnected from one another, but they actually lived their whole lives connected. They lived to a ripe old age, married sisters, and took turns spending time at each other's homes. And they're actually buried in North Carolina. I've been out to their grave. It's outside of Mount Airy, North Carolina. I also have talk about Millie Christine, which is another famous pair of Siamese twins that actually is also buried in North Carolina. Through my travels, I have found this weird coincidence where the three most famous Siamese twins are just randomly buried in North Carolina. You got Cheng and Eng Bunker, Millie Christine, and Daisy and Violet Hilton. Some other circus trailers, wagons. Now, Spark Circus, I believe that is the circus where with Mary the Killer Elephant, where they ended up having to execute an elephant by hanging. The Siles Sterling Circus. There's a cutout of like an elephant that you can, like a rideable elephant believe they used to do elephant rides here. That used to be kind of a common thing at circuses where you could actually ride an elephant. I actually have had an opportunity to ride an elephant in my life. But you can actually, yeah, you can actually climb up here for the photo op. That'll do, elephant. That'll do. And this is the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey advertising car. It's got the greatest show on earth. How do you do, sir? Oh, stand back. Here comes the circus train. Remember these lion mouth drinking fountains? We had one at a local park. Let's get a sip of lion mouth water here. Oh, just as refreshing as I remember it. Jerry's Circus World Carousel here says rides are $1. All right, look at this old school carousel. It's actually interesting. I don't never seen a carousel quite like this. How they have like hinges on the bottom, how they go up and down. It's a little different than normal. I love the weathered look on these horses. Here, I think this one here is calling to me. And look at this. They got a real organ here. Herschel Spillman Company in North Tonawanda, New York. Been to that factory. Kind of where the whole carousel journey began. So yeah, let's board this beautiful horse. And off we go. Now I know this zebra here was not made by the Herschel Spillman Company because their zebras don't have saddles. Oh! Yeah, organ coming in. Very loud, delightful organ music. Yeah, that's some proper carousel music. Definitely love the authentic music. That's the true spirit of the carousel, is that authentic organ. That'll do, horse. That'll do. Over here they have the W.W. Depp Wagon Pavilion. This is a collection of old circus wagons. No matter where you go here, they have the clown garbage cans. And just look at the beauty of these wagons here. Solid gold wagon. Just imagine the grandeur of these rolling into town. Looks like this is maybe associated with a Wild West show. You see Buffalo Bill there, the father of the Wild West show. And just look at that. Look at all those amazing circusy colors. When the circus would come to town, it would do so in a grand way. Like a lot of times they had parades that would lead into the circus. This one here, the golden age of chivalry, with that two-headed dragon on top. That is amazing. Over here, you can see a Mother Goose wagon, the solid gold Mother Goose. Are all fairy tale themed wagons. You got the old woman who lived in a shoe there with her many unwanted children. Cinderella trying on her glass slipper. Yeah, just the immense amount of wagons here. A lot of them have mirrors on them. Hello, everyone. Yeah, this part of the collection is remarkable. Yeah, there's no mistaking. You knew when the circus was coming to town. Wonder if this one was full of tigers. Oh, this is a ticket booth. So this is like a rolling ticket booth. You park it and sell you tickets out of these windows. This one here, the style of a Conestoga wagon. The old stagecoaches. Yeah, you can see Buffalo Bill's Wild West show. Elephant on this side of the wagon. See, it's a traditional Indian elephant trainer. They had this special hook that they used to train elephants. There's another ticket booth here. Look at that big eye-catching tiger on the side. Let's go around and see. I guess that would have been the ticket window. Yeah, this is so ornate. And these are the animal cages, like you see on a box of animal crackers. So the circus be rolling into town, and you just see the animals just right there, looking through the bars. So this sells Floto Circus. This is wild animals danger. So you could literally come right up and put your hand in there. And it's crazy because at my age, I actually do remember animals being displayed at the circus in cages like this. I know it's hard to imagine. This is a hippopotamus cage. Hippopotamus from the River Nile. Comes out a little there, gives a hippopotamus a little bit of room. But look at this. This half of the wagon actually a little pool there for the hippopotamus to bathe in. These massive chariots. Oh, and this one is like a traveling organ. This one gives out the music. And this one here, that is a little different. I think it's got the giraffe on it. So yeah, I think this must be a giraffe cage. It's interesting. It's kind of extra deep there on the bottom. And then it has no top. So I guess this would kind of the image you'd see sometimes of like the circus coming to town, the giraffe with its neck out of the top of the cage. I was watching a YouTube video by J.J. McCullough, and it was absolutely mind-blowing recently. They talked about kind of, when you think of animals, what do you think of? Think of, lions, bears, elephants, giraffes, like that. And one interesting thing is those animals are circus animals, and that's kind of painted pop culture even to this day. Like you get a book on animals or get a little kid's toys that are like a set of animals. It always includes those animals, and that's because of the circus. That's where people used to learn about animals, become acquainted with animals with the circus menageries, and those were incredibly popular circus animals. The elephant, the giraffe, the bears. These were all animals that were readily displayed in almost every circus. So that's why those kind of became the most famous animals. Like you think of animal, like what do you think of? You think of an elephant, a giraffe. These are like lions. So these are just immediately come to mind. And this was just ingrained by pop culture, by the circus. It's really crazy to think of that the circus still has such an impact on our culture today. Even like you go to the zoo today, what are the big animals you want to see? The elephant, the giraffes, the tigers. So the modern day zoos are even influenced by the old-timey circus. This is the Benzini Brothers Circus. Is this the Kelly Miller Circus? Yeah, it's like more like, looks like maybe a float that people would stand on. This one's from France. Oh my God, look at this. The cannon here for a human cannonball. This is like a cannon that a person would climb in and be shot out of. You can see all these grand circus floats. And this is a living carriage. Bostock and Wamwell's menagerie living carriage. So yeah, this is where the actual people that worked at the circus would live in this carriage. Smaller animal cages, probably for smaller animals, like babies. Yeah, these are just a tiny little cage. This is actually two different cages. Up here on the back of this trailer, see that it's like a big missile on the back of that truck. I think that is another human cannonball type cannon. You can see the big band organ here, where it actually like opens up on the side, and then this will play. I don't know if this one is in functioning order, but it is gorgeous. Now this back here, this looks like it has an engine on it. This is pretty amazing. This ticket booth here in the shape of an elephant. Hagenbeck wall at Circus. Oh, it looks like this one we can actually enter. He's an old circus train car. Oh wow. This is a stock car, much like the more modern one we saw. Same way they have like these little enclosures here for the animals. Right here there's like a window with chairs in it. I guess people could sit inside and safely wave at people from behind the glass. There's another fairy tale car. Is that Peter Pumpkin Eater? Oh, look at these colorful faces. I guess these are supposed to be people from different countries. A Cuban, a Mexican, U.S. West, and then a Brazilian, Haitian, and a Peruvian. This is a bell wagon. It would roll through the streets ringing bells. There's the bell wagon in Milwaukee, where they used to have the Great Circus Parade. It ended in 2009. Man, I wish I would have gotten a chance to see the Great Circus Parade. Never got a chance to see it. And hopefully, maybe someday they'll bring it back. Right across from the Wagon Pavilion is the Wagon Restoration Center. This is where they refurbish their old wagons. Hey, Clowny. Hey, you can see the workshop back here. All the work goes into fixing these antique wagons. You see some little bits and pieces of the wagons. So some elephant feet there. I think this may be P.T. Barnum here. Kind of looks like him. So they're refurbishing these antique trash can lids. These are amazing. Always great to see them. They are antiques. And you can see a gentleman back there working today in the workshop. Yeah, we saw some of the fairy tale wagons. Looks like this is Red Riding Hood. Different pieces of wagon art on the wall. Even some more grand wagons here. This one looks like a cake. Then also in this room we have a miniature circus. This is the Romeus Brothers Miniature Circus. It does seem that miniature circuses are kind of their own art form. I've seen a lot of them on my travels. I think there's just something about the circus and how it works that encourages the miniature artists to want to recreate them. Oh yeah, this is the menagerie. You see the animals in there. Kind of the equivalent of the petting zoos we've been seeing at the state fairs, but with much more dangerous animals. You can see them all in their wagons there, their cages. And there's the sideshow. There's a Cielo, the Seal Boy, as well as some other performers. Marvin, the man without a stomach. The train over here taking the circus into town. You can see the main entrance there, headed towards the big top. Then on the side you got the menagerie, and of course the sideshow. Yeah, look at all those beautiful sideshow banners. Unloading the elephants from the train car. Yeah, you see the steam coming there out of the wagon. I think that might just be we saw the one with the engine in it. I think that might just be like fueling the musical components inside. The horse tent. See back here behind the scenes where the circus folks eat. The Native Americans here performing as part of the Wild West show. We can actually spin a circus wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, the way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. I think we're gonna head back over the bridge and check out the main museum. Yeah, this is the Irvin Feld Exhibit Hall and Visitor Center. This is where the main exhibits are. And it starts here where many stories start, at the beginning. Here are the Ringling Brothers. They were real people, and they lived here in Baraboo, Wisconsin. So the Ringling Brothers are Otto Ringling, Alf Ringling, John Ringling, Charles Ringling, and Al Ringling. Some items from the original circus. The safe here was used, and look at these. This is it's a bird box. It's called the Ornithological Congress. It says this was in the museum tent of the original Ringling Brothers Museum. So much taxidermy packed in there, and it says this is to show off birds, but if you look closely, there's more than just birds in here. There's actually a monkey right there. There's a turtle and an alligator down there, as well as some different rodents. That is quite a concentration of taxidermy. Different old circus artifacts here. It's a Goldman Brothers pennant, and then this is a hand-carved scepter used during the parade. Some old circus tickets. It talks about the most unique congregation on earth. It's talking about the Circus Church. You can see they wore different outfits than a traditional Catholic priest. And oh yeah, the cross there made out of a broom and a fly swatter. You can see Mother Mary there, cloaking the entire circus in her robe. This is the Mass kit. So I guess this could give communion. I guess all packed in there so they could do kind of do things in a traveling sense, because they're always moving. You can see it's oil of the sick, the sacred chism there. Some Sutter Home wine for the communion. Yeah, very interesting. Never thought about Circus Church before. These old circus banners here and posters. Absolutely spectacular art on these. So the elephants dressed as people walking around, drinking liquor. All the animals you could hope to see at the circus. Oh, look at this. I love this one. The clown imagery. Who is that? Interesting characters. This is Caught in the Act. The legends, mysteries, and myths of the circus. Oh, you can see the elephant there. One riding on top. The flashy circus costumes. This talks about Jumbo, the most famous elephants of all time. A famous elephant that toured the country, was sadly hit by a train and killed. And there's the taxidermy Jumbo. I believe the body of Jumbo was destroyed in a fire, one of the Barnum Museum fires. But yeah, this was a very influential elephant. If you watch the movie Dumbo, Dumbo is actually named Jumbo in the movie. It's his real name. But there's actually a piece of Jumbo right there, a little slice of his tusk. Different costumes and tools of the trade. Oh, look at this. This is where they would hang from each other's mouths. So you can see right there, it actually has a little dentures on the end that they can bite onto. Some juggling implements. Yeah, these are all different straps they would use to hang from each other's mouths. That's crazy. That scares me. The idea of holding someone up with my teeth scares me. It makes me feel like my mouth, my teeth be ripped out of my mouth. Wow. Oh, look at these old sequins. See some more of these beautiful wagons here. From the Greater Norris and Rose Circus. You can see the circus band performing on top of the wagon. Costumes on display here, and these are elephant costumes. The elephants would wear these robes, these elaborate headdresses. Yeah, these are strapped around the elephant's head. They'd have the logo on their forehead. You can see the clown there. I think this would be like a stand that an elephant would perform on. Oh, this is a painting painted by an elephant, and then being broadcast on the side of this elephant is some of the old elephant shows. Probably something you're not going to see a lot of today, or any day for that matter. Over here we have a simulation of what it's like to walk the tightrope. Whoa. You can see all the clowns down there being like, don't fall. Yeah, if all these people were going to stare at me like this, I'm definitely going to fall. Now you can look in the mirror there. You got the photo op. Whoa. Standing on the tightrope. This motorcycle here you can sit on and get a feeling of what it's like to be inside the globe of death. All right. Oh man, it's dizzying being in the globe of death. I feel like if I was in the globe of death, I'd get almost to the top, and then I'd get scared and let off the gas, and then I would fall. Okay, it says beauty or beast. See the change. So how this works is you sit in this chair right here, okay, and then you look in here, and see, I'd be sitting in the chair, and then I turn into a beast. You can see the gorilla. Please don't feed the giraffes. And look at this sideshow mirror. That's got me all messed up. I'm literally just legs, and I have no torso or face. It says they have a cat axe in here. You step inside to see. Oh, look at that vicious tiger. They would always fight the tiger with a chair. I don't know why tigers are so afraid of chairs. We'll cross back over the bridge once again, as they're having another performance. They're having a trapeze act out here on the lawn. And here come the acrobats. Oh, there you go. High flying trapeze act here. Oh, there we go. Amazing. Oh. Oh, there he goes. Says he's gonna do a triple somersault. The anticipation. It's building. You go for it. Oh. 1, 2, 3. So you can take a look at some of the historic buildings here on the property. This is the camel house. They actually kept their camels for the circus. And now they currently have these circus dioramas. Different scenes from the circus. The elephants. Oh, you can see the The circus performers practicing out back. Oh, an elephant walking down a snowy street. Trains. And these dioramas are interesting. They have kind of like a forced perspective to them, where the figures in the back are smaller to give that perspective. Oh, that's cool. The boys there and the dog up on the hill looking down at the circus. Yeah, just think about it. It's rolling down the main street of your town. The tiger staring at you. Here's a miniature circus vehicle. Some of these we saw in the Wagon house. The human cannonball there. Oh, we saw this here. The golden age of chivalry. That dragon, the real version, is in the Wagon house. This is called Mired in a Muddy Lot. The horse is trying to pull the circus wagon out of the mud. Oh man, I know the feeling. That was me yesterday. Oh look, even the elephant's trying to help push it. It's from the New York City Cow Parade. They put decorated cows all around downtown New York City. And this clown cow was in downtown New York City. So this is the ring barn. This contained the horses. And look at this automobile here, actually has the organ built into it. It's an exhibit on Gargantua the Great, this gorilla that traveled with the Ringling Brothers Circus. Apparently he always had this scowl on his face. This was his resting gorilla face here. And this is how they marketed him. There he is, Gargantua, and his tagline was, the world's most terrifying living creature. And here is Gargantua's enclosure. Yes, it's Gargantua the Great there. A little peek at Gargantua there. Oh yeah, it's a scary gorilla. One of those tent spikes there to put the big top into the ground. There's a mallet to hit the spike. This is amazing. This is the clown car garage. There are multiple clown cars in here. Oh, these are great. Look at that. This is the moon buggy. Keeps his fan mail in there, although it looks like there's a flask in there, a spittoon on the tire. Man, clowns are so silly. It's the 1 horsepower car with the horse in the back. Oh, look how tiny this one is. You can see the clown riding in it. And this is known as the rug bug. It's a car here covered in carpet samples. The clown out front. That's amazing. All these different cars would have been performing in the circus. There's exhibits on some of the people that worked with the circus. These are different ringmaster jackets from different ringmasters. The iconic top hat. Lou Jacobs, the most famous clown face of all time. I would say that is a rather iconic clown face. Definitely seen this many a times. Except on Happy the clown. You can see Happy there putting his makeup on in the mirror. Is that a Happy the Clown action figure? It talks about the art of clowning here. It's the white face clown, which is kind of the classic look, the kind of the original clown. The Auguste, which is kind of the clown that is always meant to, plays the fool, always the butt of the jokes at the circus. But the character clowns that play different roles. It says the most popular character is the hobo or tramp clown. It says the originally known as the carpet clown. Properties used by clowns. You can see the mallets here, and look at this giant mallet here. If you look, you actually put shotgun. You can see the shotgun shells down there. So they'd actually put shotgun shells in the mallet, hit somebody with it, and it would cause the big explosion. That's a balsa wood sledgehammer meant to be extra light. This is a cotton-filled hammer where it doesn't hurt as much when you get whacked by it. Talks up here about circus music, the different instruments used in performing music for the circus. It says this is the box stall used by Silver King. The Silver King, one of the most famous circus horses of all time. Appeared on this this poster here. The balloon horse apparently rode in a hot air balloon. Yeah, you see his hay cage there. Oh, over here we have an animal cage that's set up as a photo op, so we can imagine what it's like being a circus animal. And this is the elephant house, where they would have kept their circus elephants. Yeah, you could see the elephants would be in this area. They could be chained to these hooks. Now, looks like they're storing some more circus wagons. Oh, this is actually a ticket booth. And I do love these sideshow banners. The Elephantine exhibits. P.T. Barnum's thinnest, fattest, smallest, and tallest. Yes, up there is the hay loft. They keep the hay for the elephants. Items here used in the elephant show. The rocker. And then they have these are like the stages that they would stand up on. And this is the animal house where they would keep assorted animals. Here it kind of talks about the technical aspects of the circus. And this miniature display shows the different parts of the train car. The midway diner and closing the light truck. You see the elephants being unloaded there. That's crazy. It's like a city on the rails. Talks about the elephants that used to be here at Circus World. There's currently no longer any elephants here. It shows all the elephant souvenirs. There's a Circus World season ticket. And there's a mythical petrified elephant apple. And we exit through the Big Top gift shop. A lot of great circus-related items. And some wonderful circus postcards. Different wagons they have here. Circus World glasses. Shot glass. These pins have the different circus wagons. Oh, look at this pin here. It has a trash can on it, the clown trash can. They got some clown trash can stickers as well. A lot of Circus World hoodies. Yeah, I think they sell hoodies here because Wisconsin can get pretty cold if you're outside watching a circus show. Oh, some fun T-shirts. So the youth T-shirts actually have a shirt covered in the clown garbage cans. Apparently they're iconic here. And here we go, some Circus World pressed pennies. It's got the elephant on it, and the circus wagons and the logo. Yeah, I think we're gonna get all 4 of these, and it is quarter penny. Some magnificently shiny circus pennies for the collection. So thank you for joining me here today at Circus World, this amazing attraction here in Baraboo, Wisconsin. This is an all-time classic roadside attraction. I don't know why it's been so long since I've been here. It seems like it was forever ago that I was here, but I'm glad I came back. You can learn about the history of the circus and see the present of the circus. They have the amazing circus shows here that you can view in the big top and out on the lawn. Just a wonderful museum. If anyone's interested in the history of the circus, the collection of circus wagons is in itself absolutely breathtaking. So an absolutely wonderful day here at Circus World. But now we now must leave the circus and head on to the fair, because tomorrow, September 1st, is the final day of the Carpetbagger 2025 State Fair Rampage. We are going to be driving to Michigan, Novi, Michigan, for the Michigan State Fair. It'll be the final fair of the season, the final fair of the Rampage, and the next to last fair in my total count. I still have Wyoming to do next year, and then I'll have visited every state fair. So thank you guys for joining me today. Special thank you to those of you who watch every day, who follow along with these adventures. I greatly appreciate it. If you do like the videos, consider subscribing. If you'd like to help the channel in other ways, consider contributing to Patreon. $3 or more will get you a postcard once a month from me to you. We also have souvenirs in the Etsy shop, press pennies, motel key fobs, and the classic enamel pins. Also, if you'd like to receive a personalized message from me, or to send one to a friend or family member for any occasion, we can do that on Cameo. And all those things help keep this circus train on the track, this boat in the water, and this human cannonball in the air. Until next time, my friends, this one's in the bag.